Okay, this is what I want you to write down. Yep. If b to the n equals a, then b is the nth root of a. I have not graded your quizzes. I did not get home last night until after 8 p.m. So I did not grade your quizzes. Huh? Because I have a wife. Yeah, both teams won. You lost yours? Have you looked everywhere? Today. Okay, I'm going to give you 24 hours to look elsewhere before we panic. And then I can try to help you. Okay? The bingos are due next Friday. So I have not had anybody show me a bingo yet. Okay, so some of you might be wondering, why I had you fill out that chart yesterday. Okay, we are going to be working with roots. Okay, so if b to the n equals a, then b is the nth root of a. Okay, for example, what is 2 cubed?
4. Wait, 8.
Okay, the cubed root of 8 equals 2. Do you see what I'm saying there? Okay.
So 2 to the third power is 8 divided by.
What?
So 2 to the third power is 8, and then 8 divided by the third power.
The cube root of 8. The cube root of 8. That's not what you said. Cubed root of 8. Okay. Okay. Now, this is called a radical. And if there is a number right here, that's called the index of the radical. So we could have like the cubed root, or the 4th root, or the 5th root, or the 6th root, or lots of other things. Now, when we have a square root, we do not put a 2 there. But we will put any other number, okay? All right, now, here's the deal. If n is odd, then a has one real nth root. And we can write it as the nth root of a, which also means a to the 1 over n power. Okay, so if we have an exponent and our exponent is a fraction, it's because it's like another way of saying, hey, we have a root, an nth root. Okay. Now, this is weird. If n is even, then we're going to have 2 roots, a positive and a negative. Okay, let's talk about why. What's negative 2 squared?
4.
4. What's 2 squared?
4.
4. So there's 2 different numbers I can square to get 4. You see what I mean? Mm-hmm. Okay. So, like if I asked you to find the 3rd root of negative 27. the third root of negative 27. What am I asking you? Kind of like the cube root, right? Third root is like a cube root. I want to know what number to the third gives us negative 27. Okay. Okay. So basically, I want the cube root of negative 27, which is negative 3. So there are going to be some times that we do need a calculator. So I'll give you a moment here pretty soon to come get the thing of calculators for your table. I think right now we'll be okay. Okay. Now, this is asking for what numbers to the fourth power give me 16. Ah, okay. The fourth root of 16, it could be a positive or a negative because this is an even root. So positive and negative 2 to the fourth power are going to give us a positive 16. Okay. So what I'm going to ask that you do, okay. What? I'm sorry, Connor. Okay. I want you to turn the page. Okay. And what we're going to do we're going to talk about what I want you to do is I want you and your elbow partner to do number 1, 2, and 3 together. You and your elbow partner.
So what? Wait, can I clarify? No. Okay. 2 to the power 5 is 5 times 5.
If you would like to grab calculators to help you with this, you go for it. Grab a calculator to help you.
I think I did it.
So like, if it adds 2, I'm asking you for like.
Oh, times 4 is 16. Times 4 is 16.
It's actually 4, right?
No, it's not.
It's right down my bad.
4 times 8 is 4.
That's like.
Okay, so it's looking to me like we're having a little bit of trouble with notation. Okay, which is okay. Yeah, that looks really good. Okay, so first of all, if I'm asking you for the second root, since that's even, How many answers are you gonna have? Two. You know, right now you're gonna have a positive and a negative answer. Okay. Since it's the second root, I'm looking for the square root of 64, which is what? 8 squared is 64. 8 times 8 is 64. 6 squared is 36, people.
I thought we were doing like 2 times 2 times 2 times 2.
No, I'm looking for what number squared is 64. That's where that 2 is.
So we're like doing it backwards. That's my shoe bud.
This is saying the nth root is 2. So what number squared gives us 64? 8 and negative 8. Okay. Now over here, I'm asking for, hey, what number cubed is 27? So that's asking you for the cube root of 27. What is that? Just positive 3. Right, DJ? Positive 3? So 3 is your answer. Normal 3. Okay. Now, in number 3, I'm asking you for the fourth roots of 256. What numbers to the fourth equal 256?
4 negative 4.
How do you get 4? So you got to figure out what number to the fourth power. So you need to try like 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, kind of, until you get kind of familiar with some of the numbers. Yeah, you'll get calculated. So just like I said, like a number like 4 times 4 times 4 times 4. Ooh, that's 256. Cool, that's my answer. Okay. All right, so now let's talk about the difference here. Let's go to number 7. Number 7, I'm asking you to evaluate this number. Am I asking you for the roots? No, I'm just asking you to take this number and give me the answer. Okay, so there's no plus or minus here. I just want to know what number to the fourth is 625. 5?
Yeah.
Because 5 to the fourth is 625.
Yeah.
So then the fourth root of 625 is 5. We have to undo it. That weird? Yeah.
Write the answer. Do you write that one or just equal part?
Equals 5. This was just me kind of telling you what my brain process was.
It's 5.
It's just 5. It's just 5. Because I'm just trying to, we're just evaluating. Okay. Now, here, the cube root of negative 512. I want to know what number cubed is negative 512. Okay, if you're not sure, but you think maybe 8 is the right number, in your calculator, put negative 8 times negative 8 times negative 8. And is it 512? Is it negative 512? Okay, then there's your answer. You just figure out what number you multiply by itself, that was 3 times to get 512. Yeah. So honestly, like you should be familiar with some of these numbers because you did perfect squares and perfect cubes last year. I had you fill up that chart to kind of help you be familiar with some of the numbers. Okay. So like this one, what's the cubed root of negative 216? Negative 6, because negative 6 times negative 6 times negative 6 is negative 216. Yeah. We'll get there. One at a time here. Okay. Okay, see if you can figure out number 10. What number to the 5th power is going to give us that? I'll give you a hint. It's not 2.
7. 3.
It's not 7.
3. -3.
I told you to get calculated. -3. Okay. Now, this is weird. What does that mean? Go back to the page previous. What does that mean?
It just means cube root.
It doesn't mean cube root. It means the 6th root of 729. So when we have this little fraction as an exponent, this is saying, hey, this is the root. So this 1/6 power means 6th root. Can we just one at a time, please? Ah. Sorry, my patients are like this big today. So what number to the 6th is 729? Okay, did you test it out? We're just, okay. Noah tested it, Allison tested it, Ellery tested it. Oh,
I tested
Allison
in my
didn't,
head.
she gave up. Okay, yeah. So I'm not asking you for what are the roots. I'm asking you to evaluate specifically the 6th root of this number. So we're not going to do the positives or negatives unless I'm asking you for the roots. Like what's the 6th roots? This is just the positive version. Okay.
So the answer for 10 and 9 was negative?
Yep, because when we have a negative under an odd root, well, the answer will be negative. Okay. Now, what does number 12 mean? The second what? Okay, so we have the square root of -81. Can you tell me a number squared that gives us -81?
Oh.
Just 9.
Why not, Gabe?
Because -9 times -9 is 81.
Oh, 9 times 9 is 81. -9 times -9 is -81. Guess what? Hey. We cannot have a negative number under an even root. It's not gonna work. So
Cube root. I think you do the cube root.
how about we write undefined? Or if you write no. No way, Jose. Okay, now, since you all think that we just need to work ahead of Mrs. Homer. Let's go back up to the top. Up here. Top of page, whatever 176. Okay. Now we're going to talk about what happens when we really have a fractional exponent. Okay. It's the same page we're on. Okay. So whatever is in our numerator, that is our exponent. That's our power. And whatever our denominator is, that is our root. So this exponent of m over n means the nth root raised to the m power. Okay, so notice this 27 to the 2/3. Okay, just hold on. 27 to the 2/3. This 3 is telling us the root because it's the denominator, Kyron. So we have the third root of our base, which is 27. And then that 2 is giving us the square. So what I want you to do, we're kind of going to bounce around a little bit. We're going to come back to this. But do you see at the top of the next page? What I want you to do is I want you to take these 3 problems right here, 16, 17, and 18. And I would like you to rewrite them in like the radical form. Okay. So the what root of whatever to a power. Okay. Basically, they should look like problems 13, 14, and 15. That's what I want your answers to look like in 16, 17, and 18. So like this number right here, the denominator is the root. So we're gonna write the 5th root of -3. Write it for me.
The
Like-
threes in the.
So the -3 is inside under the radical. So write a radical and give it an index. This cute little number right here of 5. Okay. And then the -3 is inside. Oh, she left. Yes. No, because it's for the help. So it's probably not gonna. Okay. So put -3 here. And then put it in parentheses. And then this 2 means we're squaring. Yeah. I'm not even asking you to solve it. I just want you to know.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Thank
All
you.
right. Okay, so number 16, do you have written down the 5th root of -3 squared? Okay, good. In number 17, do you have the square root of 6 cubed? Awesome. Now, if you put a little 2 for the index, I mean, cool, it's just not needed. When it's a square root, you don't need the 2. Kind of like putting an exponent of 1, it's redundant. Could you like at least pretend to pay attention, like put your body that way? Okay, do you have the 4th root of 12 raised to the 3rd power? Okay, so now let's go the other way. So go up here to this guy in number 13. If I wanted 4 to a fractional power, what would our exponent be? Ian says 3/5. Do you agree? Here's the root. Here's the power.
So we just changing it back.
Yeah. Okay, you do 14 and 15. What?
7, 4, 7, 15. Because it's above the number. It's over. Yeah. So you like the bottom?
Well, it would be 7/4 because the root needs to be the denominator. Okay, Jacob, what is our power for -8? 2/3. make sure that root goes in the denominator of your exponent, okay? Henry, what about 15 to the? Okay, good. Now, we need to go back to that previous page. Right above extra practice where it says notes. Do you see that? Okay. I want you to write down 16 to the 3/4. And we're actually going to go through the process of figuring out what that is. Okay, I'm glad you think so. I'm really excited to grade your graded assignment on Friday. Yep. Okay, this means the 4th root of 16 to the 3rd power. So what we're going to do is we're going to figure out the root. Then we're going to take it to the power. Okay. So help me out. The 4th root of 16. What number to the 4th power is going to give us 16? 2. So then what we have, this gives us 2, and 2 cubed is 8. Okay. Okay, what about this one? Negative 64 to the 2/3 power. Ooh, that does not look like a 2. 2.
It was Ginkle.
And they all throw him under the bus.
Because it was.
You'll admit it too with that face. Look at that face.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What does this mean? Oh, can we have a negative?
Nope.
Yeah, because it's a even odd.
Henry.
Would you like to try that again?
Because the what is it odd?
The root is odd. Okay. So we have the cube root of negative 64 squared. I'm hearing people say it's negative 4. It's negative 4. Is negative 4 cubed negative 64?
Yes. The answer is 60.
So we have negative 4 squared, which yes, Kyron is 16. We're just kind of slowing our roll a little bit here. Okay. What I would like you to do, I would like you to go back to that next page. You and your elbow partner are going to do 19, 20, 22, and 23. 4 problems. I'll give you a minute or 2.
You did one for.
No, I didn't. Is 21 we just did? No. Which one did I do for you?
The numbers are switched around.
Yeah,
The numbers are switched around.
it's not the same.
Four. Wait, you know just one. Eight, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256. Yeah.
All right. Brooks, 32 to the 2/5. What'd you get for that? And what does it equal? That's what I asked you to do. Okay, so the 5th root of 32 is 2, and then squared would give us 4. Okay. Now, in number 20, we're going to have the square root of negative 64 cubed. Why not? It's an even root, and there's a negative underneath of it. No way. You're right.
Here's a 7.
I know, but I'm taking a quiz.
Yeah.
I don't know what. I don't know what.
So if it's an odd root, so Drew asked a good question. If it's an odd root, negatives will give us a negative answer. Okay. Now the 8th root of 256. Anybody figure what that is? It's 2. So then 2 to the 7th would give us, because we have a negative under an even root. Okay. Now, I would like to point out a big difference between 20 and 23. Do you notice how the negative is with the number in parentheses and then there's the exponent? Is this negative in parentheses? No, so this is negative the 6th root of 729 to the 5th. If the negative was with the 729, there'd be parentheses. So this is asking us for negative 3 to the 5th, which is something.
Yeah, negative 240.
Okay, you have a book assignment that I will post on Google Classroom. Like in my book that you don't have. So in your notebook.